Wild cards are so tough. NFC, I do like the Seahawks to get one. And then definitely I like the Giants to get one. And then probably the Cowboys would be my next one. So I have Eagles over 49ers again. Sam Darnold playing quarterback again at the Link. I think the Eagles do it again. And then going to the AFC. Wild card, I have Bills for sure, since I didn't have the winning the division. Chargers and Steelers, which is a lot of good teams left out. I want to pick the Jaguars or the Dolphins to come out, but I can't. I can't not pick the Chiefs. So run the Super Bowl back. That was one of the best we've had in a while. So let's run it back. But I think the Eagles actually win it this year. Another good game. So kind of boring, but.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Zebo.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so my wild cards in the NFC would be Minnesota, the Giants, and I think the Cowboys could sneak out the Seahawks this season. So I'm going to say those are my three. And then on the AFC side of things, oh, geez, there's a lot. I would say the Dolphins, the Bills, and someone from the AFC West. Oh, the Chargers. Those would be my three. Those are like the three clear cut. I feel like they will all make it, in my opinion. I think the Chargers and the Jets are going to go to the AFC Championship. I think that's going to be the wild one. I think the Eagles are pretty much set in stone. I'll say the Eagles beat I could see the Eagles beating the 49ers. But so I think it'll be the Eagles versus let's go with the Chargers this year. I think that offensive firepower could be dangerous in the playoffs, especially considering the fact that they reacquired Austin Eckler. I thought he was going to walk, but I think that's going to be crucial for them to stay consistent as long as Herbert's healthy. But I think the system's there. I love the new OC in town. So I'm going to go ahead and say Eagles over Chargers.
Yeah, so my wild cards are going to be on the AFC. I'm with you, Zach, but I'm going because I think I picked the Bills to win the division. So I'm going to go Chargers, I'm going to go Jets, and I'm going to go Dolphins because I do think the Dolphins will get in with Tua. So I think those three will be my wild card. I don't know how it'll play out this way, but I hope – here's what I would pick if the bracket falls this way. I'd have the Chiefs versus the Jets in the AFC Championship. I think it'll be – the Jets just have way too much talent, and then they'll be playing, obviously, the team that I pick every year in Kansas City. And as you guys know, I'm going to pick Kansas City to win it, although, it wouldn't shock me if the Jets get there. So I'm going to go Chiefs in the championship, playing against same NFC Championship. I mean, I think we all have chalk there. It's really hard to pick any other NFC Championship this year. So I'm going to go Eagles versus the 49ers. However, whether it's Brock or Sam Darnold, I'm going 49ers this year. And there's one main reason behind that. I just genuinely believe that play calling was such a big part of how they did so well with Jalen Hurts last year and how Jalen took that step up and why their offense was so dynamic. And I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to replace that in-house or with their current head coach. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that well enough to beat the completely loaded 49ers who are just stacked from top to bottom in every position. So I'm going 49ers in the championship. And I got a Super Bowl rematch from a few years ago, and of course I have Patrick Mahomes winning again. Just like I'm going to have Patrick Mahomes winning for probably the next 4 years. So you might as well just check the box on that one and move on. So I got the Chiefs winning.
Love it. A lot of chalk, but hey, how can you argue against them? So, all right. Should we move on to Week 1 picks? The best part of the week, gents. All right. So again, I should have pulled the data from last year, but I'm pretty sure Cy took the ground last year. For those that don't remember, obviously every week we're going to go through game picks. We basically only track the actual kind of head-to-head pick'ems. But we will talk about kind of how we think the spreads will go as well. And then obviously we're going to give you a 3-game parlay after the episode. Watch the social media and those types of things to share, right? That's a little weird for you, to get a little betting flavor. But I've got the board ready to go. I don't think we want the view, or what do we want to do?
I think we can just take our picks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. I'm going to type as we go, though, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud and annoying, but it's going to save us a lot of time. So,
No worries.
All right. And again, we are a little bit like a week and a half early here, so, don't add us if the spreads change a lot or there's a big injury or something like that. But, as Cy mentioned earlier, we're just going to knock it out now. So let's start Thursday Night Football season opener. Pretty fun one. Detroit going to Arrowhead, of course, as the Super Bowl champions hosting. Over-under right now is 54. Spread is Kansas City minus 6.5. Cy, I know you're picking the Chiefs, but I guess you're picking them to cover the 6.5 as well.
Yeah, you can move on.
Zach?
Kansas City covers that 6.5.
All right, I have Kansas City winning, but I'm going to say no cover. Super Bowl champions tend not to cover. So that's what I got. All right, moving along to the 1 o'clock games. Arizona at Washington. Over-under right now is a meager 38.5 with an unknown quarterback, probably Joshua Dobbs. Commies are currently a 7-point favorite. I think this is like a 2-touchdown, 3-touchdown win for the Commies. Sam Howell's going to light it up. There's going to be a great atmosphere for the first home game after the ownership change. I think Commies win big and cover. Zach?
I'm a big fan of capitalism, Ev, but I'll go ahead and say the Commies win and cover comfortably as well. I think this is going to be a really big opening statement for them.
I think the Commies are obviously, Commanders are obviously the best team in that game, but I actually think even though they'll win, I don't actually think they'll cover because I'm not as big on Sam Howell as Evan is, and I think he's going to need some time to start blowing up scoreboards. So I don't think they'll cover, but I think they'll definitely win. All
right, moving on. Houston at Baltimore, another 1 p.m. game. Over-under is 44. Baltimore is a massive 10-point home favorite. Zach, you want to start us off?
Not massive enough. I've got Baltimore winning and covering. This is going to be electric. Even though I was dubious of the Baltimore Ravens, I think from a first game standpoint, M&T Bank with the Texans wildly confused on offense and defense, this spread should be even higher. So I've got Baltimore winning and covering.
Cy?
You said 10.5, right, Evan?
10 flat.
10 flat. Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore to cover.
All right, I'm gonna say no cover, but Baltimore wins. 10 in the first game of the year just feels like a lot. All right, next one: Cincinnati at Cleveland, 1 p.m. I think Joe Burrow should be good to go here. So Cincinnati is a 2-point favorite on the road. We'll start with Cy.
You said 2-point favorite against Cleveland?
Yep.
Oh, that's an easy. That's probably my favorite pick of the week already. Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati.
In Cleveland.
Cover.
You've got to go. You've got to go Cincinnati from the air.
I don't care. Cincinnati cover. That's not even a question for me.
I have it as well. Cincinnati covers. But again, on the road at Cleveland, not going to be easy. But we'll jump over Tampa Bay at Minnesota. Over-under is 45.5. Minnesota's a 6-point favorite. I think this is a tough cover. Minnesota's not really a cover team. They usually screw us, but I'll say they win and cover. Tampa Bay is just so bad.
Minnesota's really good at home. It's tough. It's going to be Skull Nation. I think Kirk is going to be a well-oiled machine against this team. I've got them winning and covering.
My only concern here is the Buccaneers, although offensively their quarterback situation isn't great, they still seem to have a pretty good run defense, and I don't know if Madison's going to do anything. So with that in mind, I will pick the Vikings to win that game, but I'm not going to pick cover. I don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball at all.
All right, moving along. Tennessee at New Orleans, still at 1 o'clock. 41 is your over-under. New Orleans is a 3.5 home favorite. We'll start with Zach.
You said New Orleans versus who?
Tennessee in the Superdome. 3.5.
Gotcha. I think New Orleans wins and covers.
All right, Cy?
Yeah, I'm going to go win and cover just because it's at home.
I'm going to say no cover, almost just because I think this is maybe a toss-up game. And so maybe we'll keep it at like a field goal and say they don't cover it. Moving on. Ooh, Zach's game. Carolina at Atlanta. Over-under is 40
Ooh.
even. Atlanta is a 3.5-point home favorite. And we'll start with Cy.
I say Atlanta wins, but I'm just not picking cover because I don't want to bet on this game. So I'm going to say Atlanta wins, no cover.
I have a cover, but I'm in the same boat as Cy. This is kind of a toss-up for me.
Really? Okay, this is not going to be good for me, but I have Carolina money line. Like Atlanta has not figured their defense out, and I think Carolina is going to cause some problems on the defensive side for them. So I've got Carolina. I think this is going to be like a 23-10 game. I think it's not going to be fancy at all.
Okay, that is our first underdog selection of the season. Good job, boys. After seven games picked, we have one person picked underdog. Not that I believe anyone here, but all right, we'll move along here. I'll start this one off. Jacksonville at Indy. Still 1 p.m. Over under maybe higher than you'd expect at 45. Jacksonville is a 4.5-point favorite. I have Jackson. Oh, you're out again. Okay. All right, should be the last one though.
I'm really sorry, gentlemen. I got to imagine it's really frustrating to have that happen every 10 minutes, but I'll get it. I'll make sure it's not an issue when I get back. Nothing I can do about it.
Dude, no worries.
I feel like the audio is like off. I'm not hearing him say that.
You can't hear me?
I can.
I'm worried what this recording is going to look like. Not even because size dropping, but I don't know. Well, I think it usually syncs them up later though, so it's probably all right.
Yep.
All right, so I'll restart with the Colts game. All right, moving along. Next game, Jacksonville at Indy, 1 p.m. game. Over-under is 45. Jacksonville is a 4.5-point road favorite. I have Jacksonville winning and comfortably covering. Zach?
I have got Jacksonville winning but not covering. The Colts keep these games close. They didn't keep the Jacksonville game close last year, but I think this is going to be a 3-point game.
Listen, man, this has absolutely no logic behind it outside of the fact that I just want to pick my rookie quarterback.
Here we go.
Doing something absurd and winning. So I'm just going to pick Indy, and I'll give you guys a lead in the rankings week 1, just for fun. I got to give you guys a little bit of a head start so I can, get a little competition this year. So there we go.
We appreciate you, Cy. I think I might donate it back to you with this next pick. Next one is San Francisco at Pittsburgh. This is our last 1 p.m. game. The over-under is 41 flat. San Francisco is a 2.5-point road favorite. I'm going to start with Zach.
I think the Steelers are going to win this game. I've got Steelers money line at home at not Heinz Field. It's called like it's almost like Giannis's last name stadium.
Cy?
This is why I'm glad I donate picks to you guys. So when things like this happen, it's just too easy for me. Yeah, I'll go San Francisco. Thank you, boys.
I have Pittsburgh money line as well. They play tough at home. Kenny Pickett's going to have a statement game. I am excited about this pick. I think Brock Purdy's going to struggle.
I love you guys so much, man. I missed it.
You can tell when we're getting antsy about something. Like, it's just so funny. Like, every single time a Chiefs game is deployed, you know exactly where Cy's mind's going.
Exactly.
Every single time there's like an AFC North game, we're like licking our chops over here.
I do have a bad habit of like being anti-San Francisco, I've noticed, but whatever, we'll ride it out. Moving on to our 4 o'clock games. Las Vegas at Denver. Could not be less excited for this game. Over-under is 44. Denver is a 4-point home favorite at Mile High. Cy, we'll start with you.
I'm actually going to go, oh, man, Judy's out, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go Denver wins, no cover.
That's what I have as well. Zach?
I think Denver wins and they cover. So I'm on Denver's train.
All right, next game, the best game of the week by far. I cannot wait to watch this game, and it's like 2 weeks away. Miami at the Chargers, 425 game. Over-under is 51. I think it could go way over that. Chargers are a 3-point home favorite, saying these teams are pretty even. We're starting this one with me. I love the Dolphins this year. I think they make an early statement. Jalen Waddle is good to go. I got Miami money line here. Zach?
Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I've got Miami money line too, and I've got the over on that 51.
Love it.
Give me the LA Chargers to win this game. I like LA at home.
All right.
They're not usually good at home. The Chargers are notorious for losing at home.
Zach's always.
They're also way better coming into this season than they were finishing out last year. So
Same with Miami.
I think there's a lot better out there. No, I don't know about that.
You have them covering 3, Si? It's a low number.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll have them covering. I'll have them. I actually have them even because I think they'll win by 3. But sure, I'll say yes.
All right. Philly at New England's the next game. Over/under is 45. Could be an interesting little matchup. With the Patriots playing at home. Eagles are a 4.5-point road favorite. Zach, start with you.
Eagles win and cover. This is supposed to be a trap spread because New England plays close games notoriously, but with one quarterback on the roster, I think they've got a lot to figure out. I've got Eagles win and cover.
Si?
Yeah, I don't really quite get the spread. Like, I understand Bill Belichick. I love Bill Belichick. Even with Shane Steichen gone, even with the play calling, the talent just isn't there for the Patriots to keep up in this game. So Eagles to win and cover, and I think this one's easy for me.
Sam, I think that probably just made our Seams Media pick'em parlay. Moved on to the next one, an interesting game to start the year. This is maybe my most under the radar interesting game. It's Green Bay at Chicago, Soldier Field. Another 425 game. Over/under is 44. Chicago is a 2-point home favorite. Small number, size, start us off.
Chicago to win and cover.
All right. I'm going to go with Green Bay on the money line here. I like Jordan Love a lot. I think let's pump the brakes on the Chicago hype a little bit. So I'm going to take a money line opportunity here.
I think
Zach?
The attitude and the energy is around this city and this team. And it's kind of a Chicago 2.0 team. And if their spread's 2.0, let's go ahead and take them. I got them.
Yes,
I got Chicago
sir.
winning and covering here.
Sir, I love that. I love that one, Zach. I love that take right there.
All right. Rams at Seahawks is our last 4:30 game. Over/under is 47, a pretty big number. Seattle is at home, and they are a 4.5-point favorite. Si, start us off.
I'm actually going to take. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
I'm going to pick the Rams to win that game. Money line. Rams.
Rams money line as well for me.
Man,
Let's go, Zach.
this is my favorite spread of the week. Seattle's going to kill them.
No.
I don't know about that.
4.5 at home in that stadium. It's a layup. Seattle's big.
Defense ain't stopping them.
What? The Rams have... No. I'm out. All right, move on to Sunday Night Football. Obviously, it's Sunday Night Football first week in the season. It has to be NFC East because that's all they do. It's Dallas at the G-Men at MetLife Stadium. 46.5 is the over-under. Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite on the road here. I'll start us off. I said it before. I love the Giants, so I got to take them at home in the division. Giants money line. Big win for them.
I think the Giants are going to blow it. I think the Cowboys are going to come in and win this game. Oh, I guess they're favored 3.5. Well, that actually does change things. I've got Dallas winning but no cover. This can be a 3-point game. It's NFC East ball, guys.
Yeah, I'm just so tired of these stupid NFC East Sunday night games, especially when Philly's not in them. Stop wasting my viewership on it because they're always slow games. But I'll go with Dallas to win, no cover as well. Like Zach said, same situation.
All right, last game, Monday Night Football. We got a banger here, boys. A couple of New York teams, the Buffalo Bills. Wait, did they have a game at MetLife in 2 straight days? Is that right? I might need to double check my data here, but I guess it is right.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm looking.
That's interesting scheduling, I must say. Over/under is 46.5. Buffalo is a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Si, what do you got here?
Only because it's actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll with the Rodgers train. Let's go Jets. Jets, Jets.
All right. I am going to go with the Bills fairly big, and then we're going to get the patented Aaron Rodgers relaxed press conference. Maybe not as dramatic because it's only going to be one game against one of the best teams in the conference. But we're going to get some kind of, fun Aaron Rodgers post-game interview. So Buffalo wins and covers.
The Jets are going to be the worst team at the start of the season, but the better team by the end of the season. I think Buffalo is going to go in and wreak havoc. I have them winning and covering that 2.5 spread. I think the Jets are still young. They're going to make mistakes, and the Buffalo Bills have just been together so long. It's just going to be another day on the job. It's all business. Buffalo's going to certainly take care of that.
Yeah, I think I'll regret that pick. I just did it for the hot take, really.
I respect it. I respect it. All right, kind of a long one. We'll see if we can keep this one close to an hour. But any last words, boys, before next time we convene? I guess we won't have Cy, but we will have had 1 week of NFL in the books. So Zach and I will get some guests on, and we'll mix it up and recap the first week. So any last words, boys?
I mean, I just appreciate you guys covering while I'm in India. Looking forward to going back to the homeland, and I'll be tuning in from across the seas. So good luck to you all in the next episode. And gentlemen, football's about to be back. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh, real quick shout out: South Carolina, UNC, Spencer Rattler, Drake May starting the season this Saturday, playing in Charlotte. Everyone tune into that because I'm very excited about my Gamecock football this season. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead,
Zach.
One thing I gotta say, guys, is I'm proud of you guys for being my best friends, for refraining or maybe forgetting that to make fun of me for missing the fantasy football draft completely. Had a date with the girlies, so obviously priorities there. But I'm gonna make my team, through a little bit of free agent signing here and there, a very elite organization. So still be feared by my team. But I'm frankly surprised that I didn't get any backlash there.
Well, if you need to talk trade, I love a good preseason trade, so maybe we can chat. I know you
got 2 kickers and 2 defenses because that's what the auto draft does every year.
You've got some receivers.
I'm going to use these two. So I was going to say my first fantasy football segment, I'm going to use these two as an example of what not to do in fantasy football. Just start tinkering immediately, waste no time. All right, I love it. Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you're excited for the season ahead as we are. That was Mondays Down South.